Hello,
Hello, my name is Kae Kurd.
Marcus Bronzy.
This is Ain't Got a Clue. Right, my hair is looking mashed up. I just caught myself in the camera.
That's all right.
Anyway, yeah, this is
I need
Ain't
to
Got a
run a
Clue.
brush through mine, man.
Yeah, that massive barnet you have. Massive barnet. Yeah, it is literally today. It actually does look like the inverse of the artwork.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was a great Merkage that we got on our live show, which if you haven't seen, go on YouTube and check
Merkage.
that out. But
Merkage.
Kay, can we just kick
Yo,
off the show by saying the UK has survived its summer? We've had our summer for this year, haven't we? We've had our plus 32
I
degrees.
I reckon I reckon we're gonna get a decent summer. To be honest with you,
You think we'll see more?
I think we're gonna see lots more.
All
I'm
right.
on positive. I'm positive. I'm
All right.
positive.
Mystic K,
But
what
but
do
I
you
will
predict for our
say that
summer?
was. But I will say that was horrible.
I did have to spend most of it in air conditioning, unfortunately. So I was coming outside just to warm up a little bit when everyone was out there. So every like few hours, I'd step out of the air conditioning, come outside with like a hoodie on, maybe a hot drink,
Yeah, you.
just to get some salvage some time. Yeah.
You're lucky because in the studio you have. I mean, obviously in his studio and his multiple properties, Marcus has fully air conditioned units. If you do want to rent them out, contact Foxton's in Kensington. He can he can provide you with details of his 414th property portfolio. So yeah.
Wow. Have you thought about having air conditioning at home? It's becoming the new thing that people are doing.
Um. Well, do you know what? The one thing aircon is nice, right? But I
Mm.
don't want to. I feel like those fat white units at the top of your, like near your ceiling, are just so butters, bro. Like they're just
Mm.
so ugly. Trying to have them in your house and paying 5 grand for the like privilege of that.
They got
It's just a
service in
bit.
them as well. Yeah. In America, they've got the like central stuff where you just have like a vent in the ceiling, don't you? So you press a button and all the machines and stuff are really far away. You know, like the vents that people climb through when they're breaking into places in
Yeah,
American
yeah,
films. Yeah,
yeah.
they've got those ones, haven't they? Where they do that. That would be nice. I
You need
mean,
a
mate,
fat garden for that.
you do. You need a big property. Maybe you don't need aircon because you're where you are. There's just so much space around you that it takes such a long time for the temperature to change. When you live a life of grandeur, like I can hardly. Let's see, like something like I don't know, Buckingham Palace. Like I can't see a hot day or two raising the core temperature of that palace up. So when you have that palatial lifestyle, okay, I reckon you don't need to worry about aircon. Do you know what I mean, bruv? You know what I mean? Whereas me, boy,
Uh,
I was going for gold with the aircon on full.
Um, so two things. I'm not a homeowner, so there is no palace or whatever. Um, Marcus is just projecting, right? So this is what Marcus does. Marcus portrays himself as a me. No, I'm just a frugal guy from West London. You know,
I am.
West London immediately says everything you need to know, right? Immediately says everything you need to know. The most affluent part of the country, right? Not even the city, the country, bro. This guy's a yeah, he's the one.
I'm a
Hey,
hard
do you see
worker.
the outrage about Glastonbury? Why? Listen, yeah, I don't care for festivals, so I don't start telling people, "Oh my God, look at you, look what you look doing at Glastonbury. It's fucking shit." Yeah, I get it. People aren't showering. It's fine. Stop going.
So what? I missed it, Kay. What's happened? What have been?
Oh,
What
there's a
was?
few. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was there was that guy that was shouting death to the IDF, who's now been banned from the states and stuff.
something tells me he's not going to care that much about not being allowed to go to the States. I don't think
Well,
you
he was
say stuff
touring
like,
there, bro.
is it? I don't think he
They were
cares.
touring it. They were touring
I
there,
don't
bro.
think. I think you can't say something like that and be surprised when you ain't going to be allowed over to the States in this day and age. So I reckon they reckon they factored that in.
You can
What
get.
me? Why? What? It's like your friend. It's like your friend that has like tints on the front window of their car. Yeah, tints on the front window of their car. Yeah, thumping mad bass line out their car. Yeah, they've got their back seat the front seat so far back they look out the rear view. They look out the rear windows to look left and right. Yeah,
Brother, this is
they've got
racism, bro.
a big
That's why they're
rollie in their
stopping you.
mouth. Yeah, sunglasses on. Yeah, at night time, and they're like, I don't know why the feds keep pulling me over, bruv.
Racist. That's where it is. It's racist. No, bro. Just like I've got plenty of friends that don't get stopped because they can see into the car. That's No,
That's
not to
mad.
say that it doesn't happen because you are
Of
in the
course,
house.
no. Obviously, I get pulled over loads, but I'm just saying, bruv. If I was to have a big fucking zoogie in my mouth and I was thumping rhythms, I feel like, and the front of
You're
my
on
car
target,
was,
innit?
and the front of my car was tinted. Most importantly, if I had dark tints like that, limousine tints on the front of my car, I believe I'm not gonna make it very far, bruv.
But anyway, yeah. So
Anyway,
but you can get banned from the US now for having a meme of JD Vance on your phone, apparently, which is what that Norwegian kid got banned from the States for. So
let me say
I
this to you
can't.
once,
Yeah,
Kate. If we can't go into certain countries because of the memes that we have in our
um,
phones, every single man in a group chat, which is every man in the world right now, should be worried about not being able to leave their country. Because let me tell you now, the stuff that goes down in my group chat, okay, it is enough to put all of us. Listen, let me put it like this: the pearly gates are not going to be an option if we don't find a way to redeem ourselves from some of the content that flies around in group chats.
I'm gonna say this as well though. Yeah, I saw someone say this analogy a while back, right?
Yeah,
And it really made me start thinking about stuff, right? How you know why people get when like you've got road rage.
yeah,
People get braver when they're in a car and they will start shouting like there's people, for example, that call you all sorts of expletives under the sun from the comfort of their own car, right?
oh yeah,
And you're 6'7", like built like a fridge. Do you know what I mean? Just hench as hell, right? So they would never do that to you if it was like, do you know what I mean, face to face. But in the comfort of a car, they're like, "You fucking can't look at you, I fucking do you, you fucking
yeah,
prick."
yeah.
And you're just like, brother, like, are you out of your mind, bro? I will destroy you, right? I am Marcus Bronzy the third, right? And or whatever, like first of his name. But so that's what you're thinking, right? And then apparently, like, it's that sort of behavior that has translated to online, innit?
Yeah, distance. It's
So people,
distance.
yeah, so people chat the most crap and the most was, do you know what I mean, from online. So therefore, like, what they think is funny, they will amp up to
Yeah,
varying different degrees in it. So that, like, if you're going to do offensive humor, because you can't see somebody's face, you're probably going to go, right, like, let me just up it a little bit more. So therefore, like, everything that gets shared is a bit more extreme. So then when it comes to you going to a country, it's a bit mad. But I think the whole idea of them being able to, like, see your phone and see what you've tweeted and all of that, that's a bit mad anyway. But anyway, this guy, they've the freedom of speech lot have cancelled these guys.
have cancelled what the people that were
Bob
making
Dylan.
political statements
Bob
on
Dylan, yeah.
Bob Dylan, making
Bob Villain.
statements.
Villain.
No, I said Bob Dylan because I'm deliberately getting it wrong. But people that are so yeah, people
People
are
that advocate for free speech have said that this is
you
terrible.
you can have free speech, but you can't say that.
You can have
Alright.
free speech, but on my terms. Look, listen. I think, right, and I've said this before. There's always freedom of speech, but there's freedom. What's it? There's not freedom of consequence in it. Mm-hmm. So, like, and also, if you're going to advocate for freedom of speech for one side of the coin, you're going to have to advocate for free speech on the other side of the coin.
Amen.
And unfortunately, that means you're going to have to put up with views that you don't agree with because you believe in freedom of speech. Now, me, I don't believe in any of that nonsense. I'm joking.
Kay wants to reduce the dictionary to a certain number of words. That's
No,
it.
you know what?
You have to qualify to use a certain level of words, basically, in Kay's world.
I just think, like, look, man, freedom of speech. People are like, oh yeah, but you're a comedian. How can you advocate for nothing? Look, I'm just like, just stop. Like, I don't know. I'm certain times I'm like, yeah, big up freedom of speech, everything. But then other times I'm just like, you just got to be able to look, say what you want, but just be aware of the consequences. That's my stance on things, innit?
Always.
Say what you want, but be aware of the consequences. So if you're gonna say, like, if I call you an expletive to your face, I should then be aware that Marcus might bang me in the face.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you should.
I've
Yeah,
exercised my right to freedom of speech, but then I have to be able to protect myself
Yeah.
from the bang in the face.
freedom
that
of
my-
getting slapped, freedom of speech, and freedom of slaps. But what is amazing, Kay, is the UK. This is what I love about the UK and Britain, right? I love our ability to find funny in absolutely everything. So yet again, social media was amazing. The headline dropped about certain political parties saying that Bob Dylan should be deported. In the comments, someone was like,
yeah.
"Where are you going to send him to? The Isle of Wight? He's British, bro."
He's from Ipswich.
Yeah, where are you going to send him to? Scotland. Yeah, where are you going to deport him to? Another country like that. They're like, he's British, bro. You can't deport him anywhere. You get me? But yeah, it's funny.
They'll try, bro. I'll tell you, they'll try. Look, man, like I just, I hate this. Is part of me. This is what I hate about activism in the West, right? Because on one hand, like, yeah, you're raising awareness, but on the other hand, like, the whole thing becomes about something else. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's still people dying over there and starving, and the conversation then just becomes about this guy saying stuff on stage rather than the actual subject. Do you know what I mean? It's a sticky one because it's
But for me, basically, bro, my stance is always the same: is how do we stop bullets flying, bursting, right?
yeah.
Bombs dropping?
How do we
Let's-
stop babies from dying?
How do we stop that immediately? Yeah. Then how do we make sure everybody gets to eat and drink? Because I just want everyone to, even my worst enemies, I want them to have food.
Yeah, because I want to
and
beat
drink.
up a healthy enemy, innit?
Yeah, they got to be well nourished. If I'm gonna mash you up, bro, I can't have you saying, I haven't eaten for 3 weeks. You know,
Exactly.
I was cut. I had to
Yeah,
cut
you-
last minute. I
toe,
wasn't
my big
hydrated.
toe.
I wasn't hydrated. Yeah, my big toe. Yeah, I wasn't hydrated.
I want to beat my enemy on like a full
Yeah.
squad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
go,
yeah.
oh yeah, no, but they had like their winger was out. No, bro, I want like your top 11 guys.
No excuses. You want them to be at the end like, yo, I totally underestimated them. I thought I could bring it to the table, but clearly, you know, the better person won tonight. That's what you want to hear, innit? Yeah. If I'm going up against someone. But yeah, man. So, you know, I think, yeah, you're right. The media has this really mad way of trying to just go off in this tangent.
It's 24-hour news cycles. I'm done with. I really hate 24-hour news cycles. I can't stand 24-hour news cycles. Every day, like it's like the same news bulletin one, and then they just start like everything becomes a talking point. Everything becomes a debate, and it's just like I miss the days where it was like 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That's your news. Fuck off.
So yeah, do you know who's been radicalized by 24-hour news cycles, right? I've realized it's not the younger generation. It is. It's not our generation. The older generation, right? Especially people that are retired, have so much more time to consume television, right? That they're used to sticking on the news till it finishes. And I'm seeing a lot of older generations. I'm seeing people that are like, I'm talking like
So
my
they're
parents'
watching.
age.
Like, if you were to focus on the news, like Match of the Day,
Yep.
right? So most of us just watch the first couple games. Like you're watching like top four sides play. They're watching Everton versus Burnley or whatever.
Bro, they're watching everything live, multiple screens if there's two matches that clash. I've seen adults with the TV on, iPad on, phone on, all of them consuming news at the same time. And I'm like, it's becoming like their world. So I find it fascinating. I'm seeing more and more older people as well out and about. Like, you know how there's that whole trope of, oh, two young people, everyone's on their phones. I'm seeing like, this phone thing isn't just for young people or our generation, K, who are probably seen as old by some, but the elder generation is on their phones, bro. On their look around, like look at adults. Yes, they might be flipping them out of those little leather cases.
I mentioned this last week.
Yeah.
It's people often blame young people, but like it's like who's smashing Facebook Reels out, bro? Who's watching Facebook Reels? I've seen my parents watch like Nollywood videos on their phones.
Yeah, man. We've all got, I don't know if you've got aunties.
Because they come up on Facebook Reels,
yeah.
bro.
I don't know if you've got aunties in your phone or uncles, whatever, but have you ever had a family member who sent you a video and you've had to go, oh, yeah, that's not real? Like,
oh, bro, bad times, bro. I've had to tell myself that's not real at one point.
Yeah. Have you heard of this new fruit called the chameleon fruit? Eating it will reduce chances of cancer. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not a
it's
real
the one
fruit.
where it goes, did you hear the voice that they put on? Did you hear about the guy that went to prison for, well, here's the story.
Yeah.
Many moons ago, there was a guy. And it's just like, shut up. I'm done with.
Allegedly, he could walk on water. I'm like, no,
I'm
please.
very much like, take our podcast away, take everybody's podcast away. Let's go back to 5 channels on TV. I'm very
Yo,
close to that. So I'm very close to
yo.
that. I'm very, very close to that.
In a way, it could be quite freeing. 5 channels was an amazing. Can we reminisce about the 5 channel? Can we go back to 4 channels,
but
Kay?
do you know what it is,
4 channels.
bro?
That was our youth.
Do you know what it is, bro? Because everything I feel like, I mean, this is where I'm going to sound like an old man, but nothing surprises you anymore. Like it would be fun when like you'd have a little surprise. You're like, oh my God, oh, this is on TV. Oh, sick. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, now what? I can watch whatever film I want. I end up watching nothing.
Have you ever done that thing where you spent more time selecting what you're going to watch?
Bro, this is why I haven't watched anything in the last month and a half, bro. Because what happened was, I remember there was one night I was going through every streaming service. It was 9 o'clock. I was looking for something to watch, and it was 9:45, and I was like,
mad.
I was
That's
like,
it. It's bedtime for you now, bruv. You've had your TV time. Bedtime.
yeah, I was like, because I'm going through everything, and I was like, oh, don't fancy that, don't fancy that, don't fancy. But I was like, back in the day, you'd be like, oh, this is on, yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a try. But yeah, now there's so much like, and then there was stuff where like, if it didn't grip me in the first 30 seconds, I was like, no, next one.
Yeah.
That's how much I give something now. 30 seconds. I'm like,
Imagine what younger us would be like thinking about us living in a society where we can go, let's give this film 10 minutes. And if we're not into it, we'll just lock it off and watch something else. What?
But I do think as well, though, films back then were better. So now, like, if I'm watching that F1 film's meant to be good, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. I did like what Apple did with the I don't know if you saw it. I mean, you're a tech guy. You should have known this. But the trailer.
Oh yeah, the F1 trailer with haptics. Yeah, I sent that to a few
haptic
comedians
feedback,
who probably shared that as well. Did I not share that with you? I thought I shared it with you. Yeah, the haptic feedback. I'm up for that.
Saw it. I saw when Tim Cook tweeted about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me see it. And it's like, I was like, oh my God, this works.
He uses
Amazing.
the haptics of your phone to give you like live feedback. Do you know what? That would be good to watch a film. And if they could do that with like a subwoofer in your couch, I reckon that would be quite fun to have. They've toyed with stuff like that before, but it's never been that good. Like whenever I see 5.1s like Dolby Surround, I'm like, oh, that's nice.
I don't know what that means.
Sometimes in horror films, you'll hear a little creak behind you that'll make you a little bit scared. Is the best way of
Yeah,
putting
but
it.
you need the like speakers in one end of the corners and all
Yeah,
that.
the speakers behind your couch and stuff like that.
I've realized when I have kids, they're going to be so spoiled. They're going to have things that they think are just normal, like fast internet. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Yeah. Like the option of a second screen in the household.
yeah.
I don't think you get it. I don't think you kids fucking understand. Look at your wrist, screen. Look at your phone, screen. Screen in your room, screen on your laptop. We had one in our house, you know. One between 6 people, Kay, in my house. Are you mad? Are you mad? You lot are screen rich. Oh my gosh, bruv. You just made me. I can't believe we had one screen and 5 channels. They have the whole internet on all their screens. Right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screens in front of me, bruv. And I'm a little bit of a tech guy. I'm not the tech guy. Bro, I can't believe it. These kids nowadays, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
nowadays.
But like in your house, you've got like probably Philips Hue lights and all of that sort of stuff as well. Like, you doing it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so like it's just like I just control these with my phone actually.
Yeah.
Control the dimming set. So yeah, like all of that sort of stuff. Like it's just mad. Like
You've never been told to off the light. Can you off the light? You've never been told to go up and turn off the light for your parents because you can just do that.
Here's something I'll ask you. Here's something I'll ask you. Dream house. What would you want in it? What like one thing? I will tell you mine. Sauna.
Air conditioning.
Sauna.
After the last 2 days, air conditioning. I hear you. Air conditioning. In this world, air
Well,
conditioning.
that's boring.
Is that boring?
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't. Do you know what I'd probably have? Honestly, right? I'd probably would have Philips Hue throughout the house with microphones set up so that I could just be like, "Hey, Siri,
you're gone. You're
off the
gone. You're
thing."
gone. You're gone. Your Chat GPT is going to do everything for you, bro. At one point, you're just going to be like, "Chat, can you like send my?" Yeah, that's long. That's long. I just want a sauna. I want to put a big, massive sauna in my garden.
Okay, you can do that, man. Trust me. What you have to decide whether it goes inside or outside of the moat. That's all you have to do, bro. When you do it. When you do that, that's all you have to do is decide
Nah, but
what wing you put it
I'm
in.
asking about achievable goals, innit? So like, I think a sauna is achievable.
Yeah.
I've seen them online for about 5-6 grand. Like that's achievable.
Okay, if I've done all of my man cave stuff, my studio's done, because that's where all of the stuff you're probably going to say is boring, right? I would have
No, but
jacuzzi.
like man cave is a
Yeah.
thing because
Yeah,
most people
but
ain't gonna have space for a man cave. That's mad.
yeah,
You got a
you
man
know,
cave. That's
the
mad.
man cave would have everything in it. That it would basically be a clone of the studio with a bit of extra. But I'll probably have the 8K TV up. It it was I'll probably go for sauna and steam room. Sauna, steam room. No.
So, yeah,
Steam room and jacuzzi. Steam room and jacuzzi. That's what I'd want. Sauna is nice to have, but steam room and jacuzzi, I could do that. That's a nice way to live my life. Steam room, jacuzzi. Yeah, me. Some nice sound system down there. Some chill vibes. Yeah, man. Like I want it to feel like I'm about to get a lovely massage. every
Yeah,
time.
the jacuzzi sounds good,
Yeah.
but then the only time I'd really use a jacuzzi is in summer. And then I don't want to be in a hot water tub, do I?
But what, bro? Think of a cold winter's day, yeah. So you've done your cold dip and all that earlier in the day, but it's the end of the day. You've had a workout, gone for a run, and there's a big jacuzzi that you can just jump into and just chill for half an hour. TV on the wall, you can watch some TV. Like you can spend 45 minutes looking for a show on Netflix, whatever you want to do to chill visually. But you can for me personally, I'd love to just sit in a big ass jacuzzi because remember, Kay, for me, the idea of a bath that fits me in it is a novelty anyway. So
Yeah, I
like
hate
even
baths
recently when I was in Portugal, the hotel room had a bath in it that was big enough for me. First thing I did when I had 10 minutes, fill up that bath, realized because it was big it took ages, and had a little bath, bro. Because usually for me I got the choice between shoulders above water, knees above water, and probably feet above water as well, sometimes depending on the size of the tub. So for me to find a tub that I fit into.
I cannot stand a bath.
Really? Not at all.
No, man.
Wow. It's not
think
going to
it's
be
so
very
boring.
good for our eco-friendly friends, but shower, bath, shower is quite a nice combination. If you do have a chance to try it in your life, Kay.
No, I've tried it, but I'm just like, this is long. I just get bored in
SBS.
the bath.
SBS is the stuff, bruv. You wash off the dirt, soak in the tub, have another scrub down. Ooh, you come out feeling like you've just been born. Tell you, bruv.
I'm really happy for you, man.
Treat yourself. Listen, it's those kind of things that I like to treat myself with. What would you have in your house then, Kay?
I told you a sauna.
Yeah,
I
anything
literally-
else?
Nah, hold on. Let me go. What's it? Home sauna, UK, outdoor. Let's go.
Yeah.
What are we saying? Right, look, 2099, 1900.
Achievable.
Then there's a nicer one for about 5 grand. There's another one that's about 6.5 grand. There's another one that's like, what's it? A 4-person infrared sauna,
Okay. All right.
3
infrared.
grand.
All right.
But that's indoor.
4-person. So that's like 2-person for my size. I'll take that.
Oh, this one looks really good.
So you prefer sauna over steam room?
No, but do you know what it is, right? I feel like you can stay a lot longer in a. It's just really. I don't know, I just think you can stay. I think it's easier to build a sauna than it is.
A steam room, you got to combat water at all times, obviously, because the water's got to hit the walls and dribble down. And
Oh, bro, these ones
Yeah.
look nice, bro. 4.5 grand. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. First, you need a fucking garden.
yeah, me. But yeah, man. Like, listen, I told you, Cam, I'm a man of very little. Like I like the simple things in life. You get me? Every day it changes, like little things. Like sometimes I feel like when I'm feeling quite hungry, I just would like an outdoor deep fat fryer, so I could put some fries in and have like chicken shop chips
Would you
within
I
a
mean,
second.
in your dream home, right? Would you have like a proper barbecue set up? Like
Yeah, man.
where like outside,
Yep.
it's like an outdoor kitchen.
Yep. Outdoor kitchen. Yeah,
It's
100%.
nice to dream about this sort of stuff. The
100%. It would be gas and
kind of stuff I see
yeah.
YouTubers post, and I'm like, oh, that'd be nice.
Do you know what it is for me? And I'm gonna probably get judged for that. Like the dream for me is the end of Fast and Furious barbecue settings. That's what I want to be able to do. You get me? Maybe a bit nicer, but you know that kind of like, yeah, that's what I want. Like family. That's what you want. That barbecue kind of setting where everyone pops over. You've got a grill where you've got 40 burgers cooking at the same time. You get me? You got 40 corn on the cobs. Do you know what I mean?
On the cobs, bro.
That's
Like,
what I want. I want a big ass
By the
barbecue
way, Marcus
like
has
that.
never invited me for a barbecue. By the way, so
I'm not really about. Listen, when I do the big barbecue, don't worry, bro. I got you, and I'll make sure that it's halal. I'll make sure there's no pork as well in there. I'll have different sections of the barbecue. In fact, I'll probably just mug off pork. I'll just go for the beef and chicken skewers. I'm on it, bruv. I'm on it.
Also, I've just found a website with a shit ton of.
Also, what kind of logic is this, right? I saw this the other day. If I was to go to McDonald's, no, not McDonald's, don't go there. If I was to go to a burger joint with you and get 4 burgers, right, you'd judge me. But at a barbecue, if I only had 2 burgers, you'd be like, come on, bruv, eat up. Why are you being
The
shook for?
problem is, when you go to actually get burgers, you have chips with it.
Yeah.
Whereas I always say, just get 2 burgers rather than chips.
Oh, I'd do that as well, man. I'd 100%, 100%. But even then, if I was to go to a barbecue and have 2 burgers and stop, people would look at me going like, brother, you what? You don't like my food, no? You don't rate me.
Just giving you the gains, bro. Anyway,
K is.
shit.
That's the thumbnail, boy.
Loads of. No, let me smile for the thumbnail. There you go.
K is flexing for the camera.
Anyway,
boy.
look, it's healthy though. People think burgers are unhealthy. Burgers are healthy, bro.
Yeah, they are. I'm just saying, like,
You don't have them with
cool.
a patty.
I'm just saying, all right, for example, if I went to a burger joint with you and I had 3 burgers, you'd be like, brother, you hungry? But if I was at a barbecue,
For your size, I'd be like, fuck it. That sounds about right.
But if I went to a barbecue and
I
ate
think
3,
you
if you ate
undereat
3 burgers sometimes I do. If you ate 3 burgers at a barbecue, no one would even batter an eyelid, though, would they? That's my point. Is barbecue people expect you to eat more?
Barbecue, yeah. But then when I go to a barbecue, I tend not to eat anything before.
100%. Wait. Do you ever have a little Vex food? Because sometimes I put something in my glove box like a protein bar because I have, and this is none of my friends. I have been disappointed. I've in the past gone for a barbecue and it's not.
Oh, then
It's not.
what? And then you've gone and got a kebab wrap or something afterwards. Yeah, I've done that.
I've just had to nip out to the car quickly to have some actual food because you get there and it's like, here's a wing, here's 1 wing and 6 chips. Do you know what I mean? Is it me or when I say barbecue? When you think of barbecue, do you think of so much food that everyone can take some home and you have leftovers? That's a proper barbecue, right? Not like a Fino barbecue with.
Yeah, but then I think those days are gone, bro. Because have you seen the price of meat? Every time I go Lidl, it's £100 minimum now. That's Lidl.
Lidl, what are you eating, bro? This is that high protein lifestyle that you're living, bro. 100 quid at Lidl, what, a week?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, boy. All right, cool. See what I mean? Listen, guys, I told you.
Lots of veg, though, bro. Lots of veg and lots of like.
Lots of veg over here as well. I told you, I'm a frugal guy. I'm a frugal guy. Do I eat veg? Yes, I do. Yes, I do eat vegetables. But yeah,
no, but you quite easily do 100. You're gassing like you're not. You spend that much as well, bro. Don't try it. You 100% spend more than me, bro.
You're talking to Marcus Ramen Bronzy out here, bro.
No,
Get me?
No. I know you buy like loads of protein yogurts and shit as well. Yeah, okay, you should get this one. It's like whatever.
Their protein yogurts are the cheapest though. I gotta say, and I do like a protein yogurt with some oats in it. That's like a little. That is where I'm like technologia. I love that they've managed to put so much protein into a yogurt.
For a while, I had a mad business idea. I was like, what about lactose-free protein yogurt? I was like, this is gonna make me the millions. I started thinking about it, and I was like, bro, there is no way that's gonna fucking bang.
It's not.
I have to. Basically, one of the actual big companies that make them will see me doing it, and they'll be like, "Well, let's just make our own range," and then I'm done.
And they'll suddenly sue you for your own product and your name, like they've done with Uggs. Do you get me?
I would have called it Proyo.
Proyo. Yeah.
Proyo rather than Froyo. Yeah, I heard about that. The UGG company in Australia, and then there's an UGG company outside of Australia, and now they operate under a different name and all sorts. It's just get them from China, bro.
It's mad though, isn't it?
Not that I promote counterfeit goods, but I'm saying China. There was this TikTok I saw the other day where this girl, she's been renovating her home, and then one day she just took a flight to China to see if she could buy all her furniture from there.
Yeah.
She saved something like 28 grand.
How much stuff was she buying?
Basically, like, if you looked at, like, say, for example, there was a lamp she bought it for like a tenner, and they're selling it for 350 quid over here.
Yeah.
So it was stuff like that. When I say she saved that much, it was like she was looking at the price comparative with the price here. And even with like shipping and everything, it still worked out a lot cheaper.
So she didn't get stung with the charge. Sometimes when you ship stuff from over there, allegedly you get stung by a charge from DHL, and they get your details and hunt you down until you pay the money
No, but
to
like
release
I
the
think
items.
as long as you've got like an authorized agent out there that do it for you, so you
Sweet.
send it to them.
Sweet.
This is what she was saying. You send it to basically they act as your thing, and then like so they essentially package it up and then they sell it to you. So you just pay them,
So when we going then?
bro. Like I was looking at it and I was just like, that's the kind of thing where you just think, do you know what? Like as long you have to do your research first, buy a bunch of stuff, and then go, yeah, fuck it, come back. If you've got 20 grand to spare,
Yeah. I have, by shopping around in the UK for furniture, I have found it was better. I won't bore you about it. It was a very specific piece of furniture for a specific use. I saw a price with a really nice brand name, and I was like, I wonder if I could find the supplier. And I found the supplier, and the supplier sold the same thing it was like a really low key part of their website, same thing, and it saved me probably about 60%. No, yeah, 60% on the actual price.
Marcus isn't giving you the actual figures because it would expose his tax bracket. When I was furnishing one of my 732 properties, it was.
You need to stop spreading this rhetoric about me because it'll be like exposed. Exposed.
Marcus is one of those people that you're going to see on one of those landlord programs where he's like, yeah, he didn't pay his rent, so I had to go around with the boys.
It is mad. It is mad. No, honestly, guys, I'm a man of the people. You get me? I'm a frugal man.
He lies, right?
Kay realizes I got
tell
a pocket full of pennies because I save them every time, bro. That's what I got.
I tell you guys the truth. Marcus hides, right? Marcus is very sneaky like that, innit? Like he'll just be like, no, me, I'm one of you guys. Whereas I'll tell you, I'm not one of you, but I rate you, in it.
Look, my t-shirt. Look at the logo on my t-shirt. It's worn away because I've worn it so many times. This gym t-shirt, yeah. Look, it says money on it, but the money's worn down. Do you know what that means, Kay? It's symbolic of something. I don't know what it means yet because I'm thinking on my feet, but there's symbolism there.
Saying the money's running out. Is that
The money's yeah. Help.
money's fading? B.
The money was there, innit? Yeah.
Sound like the Labour government.
Yeah. Oh, listen.
Oh yeah. By the way, Cash Ice has been reduced to 5K. So you better learn how to invest.
Open a lifetime ISA. This is not financial advice, but I'd realize if you were under the age of 40, you can open a lifetime ISA, put in $4,000 a year, and you get $1,000 back every single year into your ISA. You can take out money to buy your first home, and once you do that, you can still keep the ISA, and then you retain that money in there until you get 60 or 70. Do it.
I've signed up for a webinar on how to invest. So that's
A webinar, even, but a webinar. Can we call it from now on? A webinar. I like that.
webinar, yeah, a free one. So
Yeah.
I can see. I can start getting in, not like trading, but as in like, oh, fucking, how many stocks can I actually buy in this country without like getting?
So after watching your webinar, you will be a webinar, and I look forward to hearing the details about it on the next podcast. Kay.
I can't wait to buy like tons of shares in Greg's, bruv. Watch.
Let's do it, bro. Excuse me. Right, guys, we're going to go over onto the Patreon now. Every time we finish our regular episode, we do a whole Patreon episode. Plus, you get everything early that we put out without ads and early access to tickets. Link in the show description, or head to patreon.com/ain't got a clue. We'll see you on the other side. Peace.
Peace.